I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Amal. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right, good morning and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Maninsman. And as always, we want to begin by giving thanks for life. We are not 6 feet under. We're standing tall above the ground, and that means we have been given one more opportunity to make something of this life. We always encourage you to look to the hills from whence cometh your help. Your help comes from the Lord who created the heavens and the earth. My word to you as we come to the end of 2022 and a new year approaches. Make it your life ambition to add value to people's life. Maximize your potential, maximize your life. Die empty. And what that means is that let everything, every gift, every talent, every good deed, everything that is inside of you, maximize it. So when you die, there's no billion-dollar ideas that you didn't try to bring into fruition. Work at that. Challenge yourself to be better next year than you were this year. Begin by reading, because information is vital to your personal growth. Also remember, self-development demands self-discipline. Be disciplined financially, be disciplined relationally, be disciplined in managing your talent and your giftings. And I believe if you apply those things to your life heading into 2023, you could see growth and a maximizing of your potential. I want to say a big thank you to the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. You can call Prestige Finance at 876-884-7390. They are located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering you loans of up to 100,000 Jamaican dollars. There's no processing fee, same day processing, and only 0 to 4% interest rate. All you have to do is to let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. Also, a big thank you to Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy is where they handle risk and they seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com or call or text them at 647-989-0782. Launch Legacy is that place that when you stop working for money, they will get your money to start working for you. So give Patrick Reeder Call, former Constant Spring footballer, played for Excelsior, and he's also was called to the national team at some point. All right. So today we have one of the standout Jamaican goalkeepers from his schoolboy days. I mean, I don't remember what primary or prep school he was in, but I remember him from his days at Wolmer's. All right. And I remember him transitioning, kept in U teams in Jamaica, also moved to UWI, where he did tremendous work. He had a stint overseas in Finland, and he was doing great. And then the pandemic. But he never gave up. He never stopped. He kept on working. I mean, he has also had good times with the national team in terms of his appearances and the work that he did in goal for our national team. He took a young Arnett Gardens team. And I always tell people on this platform and in conversation that if you want to know how important leadership is, go to a football game and listen to the voice of Amal Knight speaking to his teammates on the field, how he arranges and organizes his defense. Those things are what you call the intangibles in football. He kept for Harborview, and they won the JPL last season, and they have had a good start this season. We have him today, and he's going to share his story. He's going to speak about his journey, and it gives me great privilege to introduce him and invite him to the I Am Sure platform on this, our Super Friday. The three things you can do is you can hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And as usual, it is Super Friday, so it is Super Sticker, Super Chat Day to support the platform. So go ahead and do that as we welcome and invite Mr. Amal Knight to the program. Sir Amal Knight, welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
Giving thanks. You know, I tell people in this Jamaica, once you're alive, you gotta give thanks, man. I live in the accident city of Jamaica, I call it Saint Anne. That I see accidents every day, and the fact that I'm here, I just give thanks. How about you, though?
I'm truly grateful I have life. One more day to end the year, so I'm really thankful that I'm seeing out the year. So it's been a great year so far, so I give God thanks.
Yeah. You seem to have a lot of fun, though. I mean, some people calling you AK. That's your actual name.
Oh, yeah, my initial. So sometimes some people say, why you never wear 47? I say, I'm not fire no gun.
You can imagine if in the back of your shirt, right? Instead of Knight or Amal, you had AK and your number was 47.
Yeah, problem, man.
That's a good one. I never thought about that. So that's Brian Myton. You say, yeah, man, always saying that, yeah, man, I'm a graduate, yeah. But you know what I'm realizing? You and Owen Hill actually played for you at the same time.
Yes, I actually played with Owen at uni. Yeah, Owen was actually my captain.
Yes.
Yeah, before he stopped playing.
Was he any good?
Owen, yeah, man. just didn't want a little pace,
he was very good at being slow.
Just didn't want a little pace, but reading the ball, really reading the ball game and passing out and defending was really good.
Yeah, and then Dre Anyweather is here saying, let me just put up a couple of these comments as we begin. He says, big up my brother and schoolmate Amal Age Quad Agis, meaning he's a Wolmerian. And stuff for those of you who don't know. So Dre, anyways, you know that it is better when you're speaking to Jamaicans that you give us what it actually means in English, because many of us don't even know this must be Latin or something, and we have no clue. So only the people from Wolmer's would understand what the Wolmer's motto is. Yeah. So what does that mean, Amal?
Whatever you do it to the best of your ability.
All right. And then Brian says, yo, you take off that chain there, brother. My eyes them in a trouble. Yo. All right. So as usual, this program, we kind of use it to just show appreciation for persons who represent. That's the first thing. And I want to begin by saying, man, thank you. I mean, Recently, I saw for Powell and Elaine Fraser, and I understand the context of their video, though I don't agree with all of it. But the truth is, sometimes we don't show as much appreciation to persons who represent us at the national level, whether it be cricket or track and field or netball or football. So I think the first thing that is due to all of you guys is thank you for being committed to bringing the brand Jamaica in the sport of football globally, and from your youth days to your senior levels, and being a part of the national program and doing a good work in goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Elaine, not Elaine Fraser, not Elaine and Asafa. Yeah, there you go. So I want you to talk to us though, Amal, and just give us your journey. Where did it all start for you in terms of your football, and if it actually started with your goalkeeping? When did you start that, and how you have progressed through the ranks all the way up to your senior levels in the sport?
So I actually went to Hopefield Preparatory School, a small prep school, probably about, let's say, about 150 kids thereabout. I don't know if it even reach that much, but yeah, I went to Hopefield Preparatory School, and from
That's up
there,
in Mona.
it's at Hillcrest Avenue where the Bob Marley Museum is, close
Okay.
by the Bob Marley Museum.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't actually keep when I was there. Well, I kept when I was there in probably grade 6, but I was actually playing out when I was there, and the goalkeeper at the time, he was going to migrate, and I don't know, for some strange reason, I was always fascinated by how the goalkeepers dressed back in the day, like long sleeve, long pants, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to try out this goalkeeping thing, and from there, I never turned back. I just took it on, and the rest is history. I actually then went from Hopefield Prep, and I went to Mona High. A lot of persons don't know that I went to Mona High for
Oh,
years, yeah. So I did go to Mona High for 2.5 years, and then I transferred to Wilmot's Boys.
oh, okay. See, you kept goal for Mona, Mona, or they weren't in any Pepsi
No,
and Coke.
actually, I was playing for Real Mona youth team at the time,
Oh,
and I went to Mona High, but it's so unique because when I was at Mona High, I was playing out, but for Real Mona, I was keeping.
what position you played when you played out? Forward.
Yeah.
Goalkeepers always believe that they can play forward, and forwards always believe they can goal keep. Yeah.
I was playing midfield and forward at the time. But yeah, that's really where everything started. And when I went to Ulmers, I actually took up goalkeeping full time, where I started keeping for Ulmers. And then I played youth football. Oh,
Listen,
it seems like somebody's not hearing me clear.
yeah, I'm hearing it, but yeah, little bit more volume, Amal. This is Fabi Frano, a
Yeah,
Woolmerian as well. Yeah, go ahead.
So sorry about that. So yeah, I then went to Wilmot's Boys, where I actually started keeping full time, and I was at Real Mona at the youth level still. I was actually keeping also. I actually started playing Manning Cup at the age of 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a starting keeper at the age of 15.
In third form?
In third form for Ulmers.
Okay. Alex would have been on that team. Alex Thomas, he was there at that time.
No man, Alex way old, man. Alex was my coach actually. In my final year.
Final year. Yeah.
Yeah, in my final year, Alex was actually my coach.
Okay.
But
who was on your the first team when you kept? Who was on that Wolmer's team? Like, who are some of the players that we would remember?
That team comprised of Akeem Brown, but they call him Birdie.
Okay.
You did have the Beckfords. That's Peter Beckford, Javan Beckford, Ashani Fairclough, Atiba Morgan, Christopher Waugh, Nikolai Holness, Omar Holness, just to name a few of the guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a super team that I was on.
Okay, so that under fifth, that team, some of you guys would have played in the under 16 as well, because I suspect if you're playing at 15, you could also keep in under 16, or you didn't play under 16.
So I was probably one of the few that could have played under 16. Most of those guys were in their final or second to last year of Manning Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think myself and Omar Holness were eligible for under 16, but I played Pepsi, and I played Manning Cup. I only played like 2 matches in Coles my whole entire school career.
Wow. Okay.
So you could basically say that I skipped from Pepsi to Manning Cup. I didn't play Coles at all.
Okay.
Just probably like 2 matches in Coles, and that was it. Yeah, and there on I went to UWE, where I got a scholarship.
So, all right, Norma, you have to tell us, because you did win something at Woolmans.
Oh yeah.
You can't just skip over. You can't just get to UWE. So you have to just give us a little bit more, because you actually won at Woolmans. Because you should have won more, but Woolmans didn't win.
So when I was at Woolmans, I actually went to 2 Manning Cup semi-finals. I won the Walker Cup in my final year. I won the MVP for Manning Cup as a goalkeeper.
That's when one of the semi-finals, was it Georges that defeated you?
Yeah, Georges defeated us in the stadium. I think it was 2-1 or 3-1. Yeah. I actually won the Manning Cup MVP my last year. Up to this day, people keep telling me that no one has ever done that in the history of Manning Cup since it started. So, that one really.
Meaning a goalkeeper winning the MVP?
Yeah, for the whole entire Manning Cup.
Oh, interesting.
I actually won Schoolboy Player of the Year also.
That's your final year as well?
Yeah, that was my final year.
Yeah.
So
tell us about. You have to tell us about that final year, because it was in your final year that you won the Walker Cup, right?
Yeah. So it was. I think
Vassy Reynolds was the coach.
No, so actually Ludlow Bernard was.
Ludlow Bernard, yeah.
That's why. I guess later down in the interview, I'll tell you why me and
have that
Coach
connection.
Bernard have that bond, because he was actually the first person to actually give me the captain band. He when he came at Woolmans, I think it was 2010, I do believe, when he came at Woolmans. He was there for 1 year, and then after that he handed me the captain band for my 2 years that I was at Woolmans. So with Coach Bernard,
that Woolmans team, now I think one of those teams had Hines. That is Hines.
Hyde, Jail Hyde.
Hyde, right? Wasn't Jason right there too?
Yeah, Jason was there also. Georgina James was there.
Georgina. Right, Georgina James left and actually went to KC.
No, he left from KC and came to Woolmans.
Yeah. And Hyde was there.
Yeah,
Jason Wright.
Demar Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few guys are there, and those guys are actually in the national under 17 team at the time. Because Jason Wright had qualified for the under 17 World Cup. Omar Holness had qualified for the under 17 World Cup. And a few more of those guys. Omar had left early and opted to go to college overseas.
Yeah.
So so I won the
So you won the MVP for Manning Cup, and you also won the overall
Schoolboy Football of the Year.
Schoolboy Football of the Year in your final year.
Yeah. So that
was
my
you won the
year.
Walker Cup, 2 semi-final knockout, one to St. George's, and the other one was to.
Both of them were St. George's.
Oh, okay. You,
Both of
you
them.
must not like see the sight of St. George's.
May I tell you. So,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so both of them were actually knockouts from St. George's. So, after my final year, when I got those awards, many schools came after me to attend college overseas. It just didn't work out, and UE reached out to me and they offered me a full scholarship. And I took that scholarship and I went to UE.
Okay.
I
Let me
studied
just before you get into the US thing. So during this time at Wolmer's, play of the year, schoolboy play of the year, MVP in the Manning Cup. Were you called up to any of the U teams like under 20? Because you'd have passed under 17. Were you called to the under 20 team at this time?
So
Or
actually,
there were other keepers? Because
actually,
obviously winning those
actually,
awards, yeah. Right.
actually, I was called up to the youth team, the under 20 team.
Okay.
And I was not carried to the tournament.
Who were the goalkeepers that were there with you during that time in the under 20s?
I think it was Nico Campbell. He went to St. George's.
Oh yes, Nico Campbell was
And Rashawn Pattison. He was going to St. Jago at the time, I think.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
strange.
both of them.
That's kind of strange. I'm just thinking because I'm saying I can't remember seeing you in that period in the under 20 team. It was Nico Campbell. I couldn't remember the name, but you were the MVP and you were the schoolboy player of the year. But still,
Yeah. I went to camp. I didn't make the final cut. And that was basically it. I actually, from there, I did play under 23 though.
okay.
So, but I got an under 23 call up when I went to
UE.
UE.
Yeah.
And
All right.
the
So
time
tell us
that
about the whole UE. Yeah.
yeah. So the time that I was at UE, I was actually playing intercal for UE.
Yeah. Yeah. Fabi
I-
Frano, right? Fabi Frano, who used to teach at Wolmer's, apparently he says, I was teaching at Wolmer's at the time when he was in Manning Cup. And then he says that you should have come to Michael. Apparently, Michael wanted you to come there too.
I'm not sure, to be honest, because but to be honest, me and Mr. Graham, that's Casey Graham.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a really good relationship.
Oh, so
Up to this
that's
day,
how you
me and-
ended up
me
at
and
UE.
Mr. Graham talk really well. Me and Mr. Graham talk really well. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if Micah had reached out to me, to be honest.
Okay.
I can't recall, but I opted to go to UE. At
The big
time.
question is though, Neville Bell would have beaten you twice, and now he was going to coach you at UE. Was that
Yeah,
okay?
but the funny thing is, when I went to UE, when I had gone to UE, Neville Bell had left that same year. So he did not.
Oh,
Yeah. So he did not. He did not coach UE. He gave the job to Fuzzy at the time.
okay.
So it
Yeah.
was actually Fuzzy that gave me the scholarship and said, you deserve this scholarship because you did well.
In
throughout your
schoolboy
school
football,
years.
which
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, because you were given the scholarship to UE, not Nico Campbell, who was a St. George's goalkeeper and who was playing for the
But-
national under 20 team.
I think he had gone to college overseas. He had gone
Okay,
to college overseas.
college overseas. Okay,
And
okay.
actually, it's so strange because the college that he went to overseas, they wanted me.
Okay.
And it just never worked out. My SAT grade, they said my SAT grade was not good enough and I could not go, and they opted for Nico.
Were you disappointed that you didn't get to go overseas, or you were satisfied that, hey, it's still university, I'm going to UE? Yeah.
To be honest, I was a bit disappointed because I know that once you're in the States, I always heard that once you're in the States, it's endless opportunities, especially as a goalkeeper. Once you're in the States, because they develop really good goalkeepers. So, of course, I was a bit disappointed, but then God opened up another door for me, and this led to me going to UE. So, I was still grateful for that. And the rest is history where I attended UE.
Tell us about your days at UE before we get into your moving from UE. I think all the way to when you went away to Finland. Just give us that whole journey. I see Fabi Frank saying that I don't know about this. We're saying that Michael, that they used to beat up UE a lot. I don't know about that because I know UTech, UE, and GC Foster were the teams playing all the ball in Intercal. They were at least during my time. I'm a little bit older, but I don't know about Michael. But he said Michael apparently was beating up UE. I don't know about that. You get me?
But it's strange because when I was at UE was playing Intercal and they had a club team. The club team at the time was in Super League, and they had the Intercal team. The club team had probably like 4 goalkeepers. And UE, we were, the goalkeepers were actually sharing games. We were actually sharing games. So for that whole season, I remember my first year at UE, which was 2013. We went to we were into the Super League and we missed out. It was the 2014-2015 season that we actually qualified for the Premier League.
Okay.
I remember I only played 3 Super League games for UE in the entire history where I was at UE.
But you're the primary Intercal keeper though.
No, I was on the bench for Intercal.
Okay.
So
okay.
I remember I played probably like 2 Intercal games.
And 3 in Super League?
And 3 in Super League.
Whoa.
And I didn't complain. I waited my turn. And I remember I got a call up when UE had qualified for the Premier League.
Right. That's the under 23 call up.
Under 23 was at that same time.
Yeah.
And I got recommended for the team and I went there. When I went to the under 23 camp, I got left out for the first round of qualifiers.
Yeah.
I got left out.
Who are the keepers? I mean, I tried to measure quality to see like where are they now in terms of keeping. Do you remember?
So it was Nico Campbell again. And then it was I think it was Richard Trench was his name, I think.
Yeah, there's a goalkeeper called Richard Trench. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was both of them at the time.
Oh.
Both of them went to the qualifiers. Easy round. Jamaica went through. It was the second round now. They're coming back to camp, and this time they carried me instead of Richard Trench.
Okay. But Nico Williams was the first choice.
Nico Campbell, yeah.
Nico Campbell, right, was the first choice. Okay.
Yeah. He was abroad in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did he actually get a game in the under 23 in the sec? Yeah.
Yeah. So I got one game, and that was I think it was we couldn't go through again.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did play the final game, and I had a really good game. That Damian Lowe was on that team. Michael Sean was on that team. Kareem Manning. I think Omar Holness was on the team also.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of guys were on the team. And
so that was the first
Andre
time.
Lewis.
Yeah. Oh, L.A. Lewis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Marshall wasn't there.
Go again.
Stewart wasn't there. What's his name? He plays for St. George's. Oh, geez, how can I forget? Shavar Stewart?
And they call him Scarrow.
Scarrow, yeah.
No, man, remember Scarrow kid them time, them.
I need to get him up here. Oh,
Yeah.
somebody's asking who was the coach at the under 23 at that time.
It was Miguel Coley.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Miguel Coley that was the coach at that time.
You remember what team you played against in your first under 23 game, and what was the scoreline? You were able to keep a clean sheet.
We played against Haiti.
Okay.
We played against Haiti. I do believe we won the game. Yeah,
we did win the game,
but we won the game, but we couldn't go through.
Okay.
Because it was the top two teams that went through to the CONCACAF round. It was still the Caribbean round.
Oh, okay.
So we did not qualify. We came third and we didn't qualify.
Okay.
And then from there, after that tournament, I remember coming back to Jamaica and
somebody's saying that, I don't know if they are saying it or asking, Messi Marsh was on that U20 team. I think that Marsh used to play for Cavaliers.
I wasn't on the U20 team. That was the under 23 team.
Yeah.
Messi was on that team actually.
And the under 23?
Yeah, Messi was on the team. Yeah, Siobhan Marsh, he was on the team.
Okay. Did you have any of your other UE teammates, or you were the only UE?
No, I was the only player from UE on that team.
Okay. So you came back from the tournament now, and how did your career transition? Because you actually made it being primarily a bench player at UE, both at the Intercal and at the, you had qualified for the Premier League at this time. So yeah.
Yeah, so I came back. The coaching staff told me that I would be awarded the job for Premier League, the starting job. Remember, this is a guy that been a standout at schoolboy level, went to university, had to sit on the bench, never complained, worked hard, never made any problems in training, was on top of my schoolwork at UE same way, never fell off, went to training, balanced everything, and I came back and they gave me the job, and I took it with both hands. And I remember when UE came in the Premier League, we actually missed out of the playoff the first season that we came in. We missed off by a point.
Yeah.
We missed out by a point.
Yeah.
And the second year was when UE went to the semi-finals.
Right. That was when you won the...
And that was the year when I had my breakout season at 22 years old, I do believe. I was 22, 23 at the time. And that was when I had my breakout season where I amassed 16 clean sheets that season.
Whoa. In how many games? Or you don't remember?
In 30...
You went to the semi-finals. You went to the semi-finals.
Yeah.
So that would have included the playoffs and all of those things as well. Yeah. So around 32 games.
About 31, 32 games.
Yeah. So 50% clean sheet record.
So I amassed 16 clean sheets. And funny enough, my first season in the league, I amassed 12 clean sheets.
That's when you missed out by a point to make the playoffs.
Yeah. And then my second year, I amassed 16 clean sheets. Went to the semi-finals. We missed out. I won the Goalkeeper of the Year award that year.
Whoa.
And I also won the Anthony Tony Barras Media Personality Player award, also where clubs and the media vote for the player who is aligned with the league, like carries himself on the pitch, on and off the pitch with pride.
Yeah.
Speaks well, and all of those stuff. And I was voted that player. After that, I got my senior call up.
So at the end of your second season is when you got your first senior call up. So around 23 years old.
Yeah. I got my call up. I went to training camp.
What was it for? World Cup qualifying, friendly game?
No, I think it was for friendly. It was for friendly games, I think.
Okay.
At the time, no lies. It was for Gold Cup.
Okay, so the first time I got called up to the senior team training camp was in preparation for the Gold Cup, which should have been around the 2017 Gold Cup.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And I was left out.
Yeah, who was the goalkeeper? Was it Andre Blake, Miller,
and Hyatt?
And Hyatt. Okay. Yeah. That Andre Blake, Miller, Dwayne Miller, I think his name is.
Yeah, it was Dwayne Miller.
And Damian Hyatt.
Yeah. I got called up. I was left out, and I was devastated because you had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
And easily, you're the best goalkeeper in the island at that time. You're saying you think you've done enough to get a spot on that team now and do your thing. Went in training camp. The 23-man list came out. I was not on it, and obviously, as I said, you're going to be devastated, but I held my head high and I never folded. I went through. I said, oh, well, it is what it is. That's a part of the football world, and I sulked for a few days, and because, the Gold Cup is a big tournament for us, and at the end of the day, I'm saying.
I think we went to that Gold Cup finals as well. In 2017, we actually went to the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even you're saying to yourself, you could have gone as a youngster and just garnished the experience of being at a tournament. Even if you know that you're not going to play, but the experience and to see players at a higher level and to learn and to come back and say, well, this is whatever, and but for some reason I was not chosen. I didn't question it. There was outcry in the public why a young goalkeeper like Amal Knight didn't make the cut, and he should have.
I guess because I think if memory serves me right, Andre Blake was in Philadelphia at that time, right? Miller had moved somewhere overseas.
Yeah, Miller was in Sweden at the time, I think. Or Norway.
Yeah. And I heard that he was doing good, and then I think Arnett Gardens won the league that season with Hyatt in goal. So it was. I do understand because you had the best record as a goalkeeper, and there was some outcry, but it's almost like though you weren't. You could say, okay, I should have been, but at least maybe Blake is ahead of me. Maybe as a goalkeeper, you don't feel that way. You understand? Because sometimes we can be realistic and say, maybe Andre Blake is keeping in the MLS, and because of that, he's ahead of me. And he has been keeping, and Miller has been keeping before, and this would have been my debut. But I totally agree with you that the inclusion of youngsters at that tournament would have done well for you going ahead in the future for the national team as well. Yeah. That was an opportunity to bring, because they already knew, for example, that Andre Blake is going to be number one, and generally keepers don't get injured. So we should bring someone for learning and getting the experience as we plan for the future. But football is a strange old thing how people think sometimes, Yeah. So, but you came back to UAE for year 3.
Yeah, I came back to it for year 3, and it's strange because that year I played that season, and we 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 did a subpar performance that season, and we didn't. I don't think we made it to the playoff that season. And then
So you his first year in the league, they missed the playoff by a point, went to the semifinals and made the playoff again in year 3.
yeah,
Okay.
no, we missed out of the playoffs.
Oh, you missed out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we missed out of the playoffs, and my season was cut short. And then the season resumed again, and we did well. In this time now, this is when I met my agent.
Yeah.
I remember
This is the final year of school as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember after the Gold Cup, I remember Jamaica had some friendlies, and it was against Trinidad and Tobago. I got called up in that team. I traveled to Trinidad. Sean Paul was at Portmore at the time, the goalkeeper, Sean Paul.
Siobhan, Sean
yeah.
Paul. Yeah.
I didn't play, but I welcomed the experience of traveling and, going. 2018 now, I actually got called up again, and this was when we went to Turkey to play Korea. That was heading to the World Cup that year.
Okay. Friendly against Korea, who are going to the 2018 World Cup.
World Cup, yeah.
That's where you make a debut?
That's when I made my debut.
Okay.
Sean Paul was there also again. And when I went there with the mindset that, Amal, you've gotten call-ups. You don't travel. You get call up, you travel. You get called up again. This one means you must knock down the door and play.
Yes.
And that's what I did. Once I went on the plane and I knew that I was going to Turkey, I said, this is it. I must play. I'm not coming this far to not play. Yeah. And I remember when we actually went to Turkey, we played a friendly game. And it was against a club team. And I stood out. Yeah. I stood out in that friendly game.
This is the friendly before you actually played.
Before the actual game.
Yeah.
And we played a team, and the team got, I'll never forget this, the team got a penalty in the last minute of the game. And I stepped up and I saved it, and we won the game 2-1.
Who was the coach at this time for the
Papa.
National team? Papa was the coach. Who was your goalkeeper coach?
Warren.
Okay. Yeah.
And I actually played and ended up playing the
Korea game
against Korea, and that's where I made my international debut, and I did well.
Yeah.
We did. I think we won the game or the game drew. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I made my debut. I played 80 minutes in that game.
Okay.
And then from there, I never looked back. I actually remember when I was at UNO, and this was when I met my agent. And it's funny how I met my agent. And my agent, trust me, my agent is not only my agent, but he's like a big brother to me, where I can pick up my phone and call him any time of the night, and we're in a 2 different time zones because my agent is from England.
Yeah, 6 hours.
You see me? And
I have to remember that, because sometimes I can't forget the times that he says, "Man is man, you better text."
Yeah, so big up my agent. Nazir. Anyway, I'm there. I'm a general of that. You see me? And
how did you guys actually meet?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm gonna tell you
yeah.
now. So I remember I played a game at Harborview. I was at UA at this time. We played against Harborview on Monday night. And me just pick up, I think, about 4 love or 5 love
From all of you.
from Harborview.
Yes.
And I remember coming home and I saw a message on my Instagram. And I'm like, from Players Lounge, whatever, and I'm like, who is this? Open the message. When I saw the message, it was a lengthy message. I replied right away. I said, I'm actually at Harborview. I'll be home probably in the next 15 or 20 minutes. I gave him my number, and when I got home, I messaged him and I told him I'm home. We can speak now if you have the time. Not knowing the time zone that this person is in, don't know anything about the person. Person just introduced themselves to me and whatever. We actually spoke for a good probably like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. He told me that there's an opportunity and a team in Finland is looking for a goalkeeper. And I think you fit all the boxes and criteria, and that's why I reached out to you and whatever. Manning's man, I kid you not. I met this man, let's say I met this man today.
Yes.
And I was on a plane to Finland 2 weeks' time.
But you finished school though?
Still I go UE.
You're gonna have to tell me how that worked.
Still I go UE. Manning's man, right?
Whoa. And but are you also on scholarship as well?
I'm on a scholarship
So
as well.
how did that work with you? You seen that they took in on scholarship and now
funny enough, backtrack.
Yeah.
I actually even went to an MLS combine.
Okay.
I think it was 2015 I went to an MLS combine also.
That's the one that was kept in Jamaica?
No, that was kept in St. Kitts.
Okay.
I went to an MLS combine and the team was the agents, the scouts were looking at me, and for some reason I didn't get picked again. They ended up picking Georgina James at the time. So I remember that MLS combine was myself, Georgina James, Ryan Miller, and Siobhan Marsh.
Okay, because Ryan Miller was on the under-23 team.
Ryan Miller played all youth football for Jamaica.
Yeah. And he was at UA with you as well. Wasn't he at UA with you? He
came to UA after he left Cavaliers.
Yeah. I always like that player. Playing some football in the States. But go ahead, right? So you went to the MLS Combine. People are looking at you. This is in 2015. Right.
So I'm going to backtrack way back a while ago. And
who's saying Moon? Who is Moon Man?
Yeah, Moon Man him attack, man. Moon Man me attack. Georgina James, Moon Man.
Oh, that's what they call him. You see, I don't know the aliases.
Georgina ended up. That MLS combine in 2015. That's where Georgina ended up getting his contract.
Okay.
Because he did well and they offered him a USL contract. So he got a USL contract, but the USL contract that he got, they were a feeder team to an MLS team. So it was Houston Dynamo second team that he got the contract with.
Okay.
But they were in USL. So back to the Finland story where I met my agent, and when I met my agent,
in 2 weeks' time, you're on a plane.
I'm on a plane, and the process in that 2 weeks' time was me rushing to get a visa from the German embassy to travel.
Yeah.
Taking pictures, getting a lot of documents. I'm gonna do all of that. Man in 2 weeks.
How did that work? That's what I'm saying. Didn't you have to get released basically by Huey
Yeah,
because
so
you're on scholarship.
Huey had to give
Yeah.
me the go ahead to go on these trials, and I'm saying to myself, it at one point it seems as if they didn't want me to go. Because
Oh,
I remember I was when in 2015 when I was to go to the combine, it's like they wanted to have some kind of hiccup where they didn't want me to go.
oh,
And me I say, this is ridiculous. You guys have to let me go. Fast forward now, this opportunity comes and I'm there, and it's like they want me to go, but they don't want me to go. I mean, I said to myself, there's no way on earth.
yeah, you
All
can miss
my
an
life,
opportunity like that. Yes.
all my life, I want to play pro, and the first time now,
Yeah.
me I go get a contract. It's gonna be in Europe, and you know want to stop this? Hell no. Get my documents, boom, Manning's man, and I plane on my way to Finland. In a jeans, a white Adidas shoes, a white t-shirt,
Didn't know what to carry. What about your sweater and all of them things?
a white and a Adidas sweater.
Yeah.
Manning's man, the sweater was thin. This is the first time I'm traveling to Europe by myself.
Oh, because the agent didn't meet you
My agent met me when I was in Finland. That's
in
when I met
Finland.
my agent.
Okay. Whoa.
I traveled to Europe by myself. So I traveled from Jamaica to the States, from US to Holland, Netherlands,
Yes.
and then from Netherlands to Finland. And then once I was in Finland, I was in Helsinki. I had to fly from Helsinki to my final destination in Finland.
What's in it? Because that's where the club. Where is the club?
It was in
What's the name of the club?
the name of the club was FC Haka.
Haka. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got the trials. I remember while on the trials, Manning's man, I think it's either a 2-week trial or a 1-week trial. And after the third day of the trial, the coach said he wants to speak with me.
This is 2018, right? Because this
Yeah.
is right before the pandemic. Or is it
And
20?
before Gold Cup.
Before Gold Cup.
Before the next Gold Cup, which was 2019.
2019, right? Yeah. Somebody give it trouble. Say because you said that you had to travel from Jamaica to the USA, from USA to the Netherlands, from the Netherlands to Helsinki, from Helsinki to he just joked and said the GFA must have booked that ticket.
No, hey, where
No,
GFS is
we're not gonna
concerned,
go
me
there.
and them not looking, so no comment, you know.
Yeah.
But I went to the trials, Manning's man, on the third day of the trials. The coach said to me, I want to speak to you. The sporting director, who was also goalkeeper back in his days for Finland,
Okay.
captain Finland national team already. He's there telling my agent that, hey, if I was the coach, I would sign this guy from day one. Manning's man, me no know this because my agent now divulge that information to me because probably him no want me, you know. My agent now tell me all of this. As I said, the third day, the coach said, office whatever. I met the coach, boom, contract on table, Manning's man. I kid you not. Third day into the trials.
Yeah. You sign out how many years contract?
It was 1 year with an option.
With an option to extend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't leave Finland, you just stayed there. Because you signed the contract. So you ended up staying in Finland, having had a successful trial.
Yeah.
All right. So
Fast
this was
forward.
during season, or this was like pre-season, so you had to
No,
prepare.
during the Premier League season, but pre-season for them in Finland.
Okay, so it's pre-season in Finland. Okay, so
Pre-season in Finland, but season going on in Jamaica.
in Jamaica.
In the
Okay.
JPL.
Okay. Okay.
Paperwork, sign and seal and deliver. Agent contacting UA, can't get through to UA.
Oh.
And I'm like, what do you mean? Mind you, with me a train on turf over Finland.
Yes.
My call, I think during the trials I got injured and my ankle was really swollen. And I remember telling my agent, say, yo, my ankle swollen, but
yeah.
me need a contract here. I tape it up and go out there and train. And I remember that was one of my best training sessions I've ever had. The man them I say, yo, are you sure you're injured?
Yeah.
And man, me I wait upon UA, my agent contacted UA. Waiting for you to sign over the transfer, the documents. No answer from UA. Everybody is running around, not answering their phones, and I'm stuck in Finland waiting for this paperwork because we had a timeline also.
Yeah.
In Finland where they wanted to sign me so I could play a match the following week.
Oh, wow. So you could be registered and all of that.
Yeah.
I always wonder why it seems, I don't know. I mean, but maybe this is not for you to answer, but there's always this, seem like this hesitancy with the Jamaican clubs, maybe not all of them, to when it comes on to players transferring, like there seem to always be, especially overseas. I don't know if it is they don't want the players to leave because that don't make any sense, or they just think they need to get more money. I don't know, but there's always seem to be, and I've spoken to several players that have had an experience that sound. When it comes on to that final decision making, paperwork being signed, it can be very elusive trying to get in touch with the people. But did it finally get resolved in terms of getting your paperwork, and did you actually get to keep in the game?
No, the paperwork was not signed. No one picked up their phone. Everyone was not answering their phone, and I had to come back. I had to come back to Jamaica, and it's funny because
you came back to oh jeez.
I remember I came back to Jamaica the Friday, and I went to training the Saturday morning as a professional that I am.
Really?
And I
hold on before you respond. Did you go to training to find out what happened? Are you went to training because you were being a professional and you're still a part of the club, so you have to train? Because if I turn up to training, I need to find the coach or somebody or the manager and ask, brethren, what go on? That would have been me. But you go ahead.
Up to this day, they can't really tell me what happened. And I know that they carry some kind of guilt anytime they see me. They carry some kind of guilt anytime they see me. They can't really say, Amal, wagwan. And I'm telling you, man, that has kind of put a dent in my development and where I would have been as a goalkeeper.
Obviously. And
I say that without no apology.
And nobody has said anything. Nobody has explained to you what would have happened. Why there was no...
Man, up to this day, I still have that contract in my email, in my phone.
All right. So what? All right. So what do you tell, like, man? see somebody saying it. I'm a good youth cause a badness may bring a training.
Me actually come back to Jamaica the Friday night. I went to training the Saturday morning early, and I played a Premier League game the Sunday evening.
Listen, you're the consummate professional because I'm telling you, and I'm a pastor right now. You know my days, me I play football and that happened to me. Me I make the ball score. I swear them put me in the goal. Me I make the ball go in at the back of the net.
And
you know, respect to you.
When I speak about it, I get emotional at times because as a young youth from the inner city, where you hear my journey, man. This is a youth where me never get it easy. Me dep on bench and I have to fight my way for reach where me say no.
And not only that, you had two keepers in front of you in Andre Blake, who is playing professionally in the US. Miller was still keeping overseas. So even to break into your national team, you needed to move. And I'll also say this. It is not normal for goalkeepers in Jamaica
to leave Jamaica.
That is it.
Because I think I am the probably 6th or 7th goalkeeper that is born and bred in Jamaica that has gotten a contract. Mind you, I came back, man, do my thing, end up play out the season, whatever. The next year was Gold Cup.
2019, right? Yeah.
And I play for UAE and boom. As Gold Cup finished, man, my agent got me a contract with San Diego.
Right, yeah, because they did keep, yeah.
Right? And I went to that Gold Cup. So that Gold Cup, I was chosen.
You can answer this afterwards, right? I don't know if you've seen the comment because it's
just let it stay up there. Just let it stay up there.
Yeah.
So I remember after
you went to San Diego because you're talking about after the Gold Cup, your agent got you the opportunity to go right. Yeah.
So the I actually made the Gold Cup team.
Yeah.
Leading up to the Gold Cup, I was still in the national team. I played a few Nation League games where I did well, and San Diego was watching me at the time, and my agent reached out to them, and I went to San Diego without a child's management. These guys signed me right off the bat. Sent the contract. I remember I signed that contract in about September after the Gold Cup. I signed that contract in September and I was playing for US still at the time. And
okay.
And I remember I'm saying there's no way on earth you guys are gonna stop this one. And the documents were sent to Jamaica, sign everything, send back. The transfer and all of that from US side now was to go over there, and I'm like, yo, me now move out of this office until I sign the paperwork, so I know when I could have deal. And I like last year when me there
Finland, right.
And when I sleep on it and not answer on the phone. I say me have the whole day. And I remember going to the office, and I was in the office from probably like 8 o'clock from the office open. And I never get through till after 4 mornings, man, to show you.
I'm still trying to figure out, like why? Like, is it like I'm trying? I'm still trying to understand why a club would be hesitant in doing that? Because, and here's why I asked it, because like this person is saying that there's more to the story. Everybody knows football is a business, and the club you're with has to agree to release you, and it's usually involve money. So let's go
Yeah,
back.
but at that time,
Let me help you, Amal.
I agree with that person.
Yeah, but let me just help you, Amal, and then I'll let you come in. Let me just say to this person, remember that he didn't pick up himself. But remember, he said he was at the game at Harborview. He had the conversation with the person. He did not just pick up himself, right, and go to Finland. There would have been conversation with people at UWI. Now, remember, he's there now. Even if money was involved, they were not accepting the call. That's the point. The point I'm making, that even if they say, listen, we want 10 million for Amal, at least have the conversation. At least have the conversation so the club can then say, we are not paying you $10 million for him, therefore he cannot go. The fact that you're saying that they could not get through to them is the issue I have. Because if they say they demand money and then the other club don't want to pay it, I can understand. You understand me? But the fact that these people are not willing to entertain the conversation is the issue. I'm thinking, why wouldn't you entertain the conversation? But you go ahead. I just wanted to put that out here in defense of what you're saying, because none of that was said. But you can go ahead and respond. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the time, there was no money involved, and we had put in an agreement whereby my agent had written something in writing, signed, and said that this is the situation. If Amal, whatever, there can be a percentage of sell-on clause, whatever, right? So actually, if the club, and in reality, this was Finland, this was the second division in Finland. It wasn't even the first division.
Yes.
Right? So ultimately, the team don't really have no money mannings, man. That's just the reality. Because people think that because you go Europe, most of these teams have money for sign a big transfer, and I just an opportunity a ball I want. You get me?
Yeah.
The club never have no money mannings, man. If you say we are gonna buy Amal for 10,000 euro or 5,000 euro. Because there's no way media gonna even get that as my salary.
It's just the experience. It's just for your own growth and development. Yeah.
There's no way more to get that from my salary. And as I said, them never pick up the phone. All right, fine, boom, whatever. The second contract came around now.
So you sat in the office until 4 o'clock, and they finally
them finally do what them need to do, and I felt so good, like pressure come off on my shoulder, because I'm saying, thank God this one came through, you know?
Yeah.
This one is through the door, and we can get opportunity to go overseas and do my thing.
Yeah. You went to San Diego, man.
I went to San Diego.
And you're shutting it up.
I was doing well.
Yeah.
Boom, Landon Donovan called me in a meeting with the assistant coach. Mind you, I played against FC Dallas, MLS team, kept a clean sheet in pre-season.
Yeah.
I train, I go on good. Get called in the office. Amal, we're gonna loan you out. And this is how football works. So a team contacted San Diego and wanted
San Diego was in the USL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A team contacted San Diego and wanted to loan out their goalkeeper to San Diego for game time. And San Diego decided, you know what? I'm gonna be a scapegoat, it seemed then. And them came in at the office, and I ended up getting loaned out to a USL League One team.
Okay.
Which I was disappointed, because deep down I knew that I was capable and I had the ability to do the job. And I went to, this led to me going to FC Tucson in USL League One, where I Went to FC Tucson. A fellow Jamaican was there at the time, which was Ramon Howell, that plays for Waterhouse. He's the captain for Waterhouse.
Right, yeah, the captain. Yeah. Ramon was here. Yeah.
And it was so refreshing that I went there and some other Jamaican was there, and I went there, I trained, I did my thing, and the season started. So apparently I went there as, I don't know if I went there as the second string or the first string Mannings man. But
Yeah.
the guy who that they were pushing, he ended up getting injured, and I had to start the season.
Yeah.
I started the season with Tucson, and when I started the season, we won the first game. The second game, we lost, but I got man of the match for that game.
Okay.
I got man of the match for that game. When everything happened, the keeper regained fitness now, and the third game, I say, all right, Amal, are you in our net again? Boom, on the bench.
Yeah, boy. As a journey continues in life, eh?
Mannings man, I held on my head. I did not complain. I did everything that I was doing, maintained everything until I got back my turn. The team was playing and the team was not getting the desired results. And I ended up getting back a chance in the net.
Yeah.
And when I went back in the net, Mannings man, the first game I played back, I remember an article coming out that night saying night shines bright for Tucson in the dark. Mannings man, I got the
It's a night shines. I like that.
night shines bright in the dark.
I like that. I play on words right there. You get it, that people, not NIGHT though.
And I got man of the match. I made 7 saves and I got team of the week.
Oh, you made the team of the week. Yeah.
I made the team of the week in USL along with a save of the week nomination.
Yeah.
I continued to play Mannings man and I kept 4 games on the trot, and the team went straight up back in the table with my performances. At one point, I was in runnings for goalkeeper of the
season
with a I think it was a 78 save percentage.
Yeah. TikTok is here saying that I remember your season in the lower leagues, they were splitting the time between you and a young Mexican.
See, never tell a lie.
Yeah. That was the same keeper that was injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But as I said, I was there, and when I went back in the team. Oh,
geez. You know, we actually removed the comment that you said you wanted.
No, man, remember the comment, man. I remember the question. I remember it.
Yes.
So I'll answer it shortly. And I actually did my thing, and I get 2 team of the week. I was in 4th. When it came up to the percentage, I was in 4th in the table, where most saves of the season so far, and percentage. And remember, I got play one match one night, Mannings man, and the coach called me and said, Amal, cause in that time it was COVID time as well.
Okay.
They say every week we have to do COVID test, and every week we have to travel, because when my team there on the West Coast, and we were the only team in the West Coast.
Oh.
So we had to travel every week.
Which means that every week COVID test, because you had to
Yeah, so we had
Yeah.
once we traveling, we have to do COVID test. Do my COVID test. They over Tormenta, Georgia side. Coach called me in the morning. Amal, so we sent back the COVID results and we can't find your results. What do you mean? Out of everybody, my result we can't find.
Yo, this is a joke. Yeah.
I remember prior to that game, I remember a conversation came up whereby it was said that the agent of the other goalkeeper is asking why is he not playing.
Oh.
And teams are looking at him in the championship. That was where I signed for. Because remember, San Diego is in the championship.
Right. Yeah.
Man's man, I don't know if I that. And the man then pull out card and say, hey, your COVID result mess up and you won't be able to play and whatever. So we said to the trainer, because you know we as Jamaicans them probably feel like we fool and we stupid. And this is an educated youth I talk to. So I said to the trainer, so XYZ, if this is the case, then I won't be able to be on the bench if that's the case. Since my COVID results
Yeah.
got lost and you guys don't know if I'm positive or negative, will my COVID will I be on the bench since you guys don't have no record of my COVID result? He answered in a diplomatic way and said, well, seeing that everyone is good, you're good too. So you can
So why you can't keep?
So you can sit on the bench. So me not can keep then.
Exactly.
Me not keep. Funny enough, man, for sure say me a good youth. The youth never know say him there go keep. And me WhatsApp him and I say, tell me your room number. I'm gonna go to him and I say, hey bro, you're gonna keep tonight. And the man just give me one hug, man. The man just come up to me and hug me tight. Cause I'm Mexican. And the man said, gracias. The man said, gracias, Amal, gracias. Thank you. They didn't tell me anything. You know Mexican talk with accent.
Yeah. Because this person apparently was following you because he said they pulled you in the latter part of the season when you were doing well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then pull me in the latter part of the season where the team are do well, me are do well. And put back somebody that was not in the best of form at the time. Right? Man, I go to the youth and I make the youth know straight, say, yo, are you going to play? And the man I say, yo, Amal, thank you. And them never tell him nothing. Say, him there go play. And man, I was so happy for the youth because the youth go out there, not knowing say him there go play.
Yeah.
And the man get the man of the match and get a team of the week. You know other people that screw and frown span that, and I never do that.
Yeah.
I tell him say, yo, him a go keep because he was unaware.
Whoa.
And I do my thing. The season ended with Tucson. We did not make the playoffs. I spoke to San Diego on a phone call. They declined my option because I was picking up an international spot also. Which is really tough when you're a goalkeeper.
Because they want to use homegrown so that they can get outfield players for the international slots. Yeah.
So they rather take up a forward or a midfielder with their international spot than a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And actually, my option was declined with San Diego. They declined my option.
The extension.
Yes. They declined the option here. I signed it off and I sent it back to them. And I told them, thank you for the opportunity. I messaged London. I told him thank you for the opportunity that you gave me. I messaged the Tucson coaches. I told them thank you for the opportunity. My new Mannings man, this is 20.
21. Or it's 20. 21. It's early 20.
Yeah,
21.
early 20. So the option.
Or 2020.
No man,
It's
so
2020.
2020. The
Yeah.
option declined in 2020. I spent 2021 in the States because remember I came back to Jamaica last year summer.
With Arnett.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was in the States training and I hope some agent finds something and clubs were interested and for some reason they must say, hey, we want you but you're an
international.
You're an international. We can't. You get me? So there was always offers where Amal Knight where Amal Knight is concerned. Like I've always had offers in the pipeline, especially in the US.
Yeah.
But I just could not go because of
the amount of internationals.
The amount of international spots that they have available. Mannings man, me they are foreign and me I say, yo, my little savings are run out now and I say, yo, I contact my agent and I say, it don't seem like nothing going to go on, you know. Here I go on. I'm going to go back to Jamaica. I'm going to reset.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make back my name. I'm going to establish myself. I'm going to rack up some stats. And I'm going to go outside of Jamaica in no time. Remember me tell you that. Mannings man, I came back to Jamaica the summer of 2021, July.
Yeah.
I went to Arnett Gardens.
Man, take the young Arnett Gardens on fire.
Go ahead, tell them. When I went to Arnett was in a transition state. And
yeah, man. Yeah. You're the senior player. You're the oldest player on that team. Really?
Yeah.
Because Fabian Reed was away as well.
Yeah, he was away.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing too well and they never made the playoffs. When we just come back to Jamaica, I keep like 2 games. The third game that I kept, my finger broke again.
Yeah, true. Yeah, your finger broke in the game.
My finger broke in the game. And I'm like, oh my goodness. May I say, I'm out of a contract for so much months. I just come back to Jamaica. I try to reset, my finger broke. Like, why me? Why so much things happen to me? I remember literally, when I come out of the field, I cry and I say, yo, what could I do? Why me? Why the problem?
I remember the game, man. I remember the game, watching it, and like it's a ball right coming straight towards you.
It was a corner kick when we go for and me tip it so.
Yeah. Because
it was an awkward ball where it was an in-swinger and I go feet and I touch it and my only ear pop. And
it was an injured finger because he had an injury to that finger before.
Yeah, so this finger was broken before.
This is in the Finland? No,
so this finger was broken from my time at UE.
Okay.
And remember the ball hit it and it snapped again. And I had to go to the hospital and I remember I left the hospital about after 1 in the morning and remember the gameplay from this gameplay from about after 3, you know.
Yeah. And let me just say this, right? We have some people that comment. Sometimes you hear me laugh is not really like what you said, you know, because this person Valiant said visiting St. Mary might improve one's luck. I don't know what that has to do with it.
We know what I'm talking about, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if it's some song or something, but I'm trying to figure out.
But me not on me, you know. So, Mannings man, me reset and I had just gone to Arnett because I just wanted to get back in the groove of things, of playing football back and establishing myself. Fast forward, Arnett never make it, and this is where I got the opportunity to link up back with Lodi.
Right.
Mind you, ever since I actually had a clause in my contract because I'm not stupid Mannings man.
Having had the experience in the past with
Yeah.
the whole Finland thing, you kind of made sure.
Me not fool.
Yeah.
So
What did you do at UWI, just for those who know? What did you complete your degree in?
I was gender and development studies.
Okay.
I actually put a clause in my contract while at Arnett saying that if a club overseas should come for me and they do not have the required or sufficient funds, please let me go on a free transfer.
You put that in your. Okay.
Man, you feel
So
me?
who worded that for you? Your attorney worded that for you, or that was
me word that myself? Me. After me not fool. Me I know you that. Me make sure I put that in my contract. So if a club should come for me overseas and they do not have the required money or sufficient funds, please let me go on a free transfer. If in the future a sell on should happen, the club will get XY amount.
Yeah.
A club will get XY amount, blah blah blah. Mannings man. That's how I actually got the opportunity to go to Harborview.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So
when Harborview
actually had paid a fee for me.
Yeah.
So
but just in case you could not afford what Arnett Gardens were requiring, you could still. Yeah. So it would, yeah.
The Harborview actually paid a fee for me, and I went to Harborview, got back in the national team, play Peru, play the League of Nations game.
Yeah, you really played a good game. I think the return game against Suriname when we were in a lot of turmoil and
even the first game when we met the Blunder and everybody came up on social media, everybody tends to not remember that Jamaica could have got embarrassed.
See a lot of people. Not everybody.
A lot of people tend to forget that game Jamaica could have been embarrassed, and I was the one that really got man of the match that night, and many persons don't know.
Yeah, you actually did.
Despite the mistake, I was the one that was awarded man of the match.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You get me? And I never take it to heart, Mannings man. I come back to Jamaica for the second leg. I do my thing.
Yeah.
When I came back to Jamaica, Harborview made it to the playoffs. Mind you, remember, I'm me and the number one for Harborview.
Yeah.
Young Anthony Bennett in a goal now.
Hey,
I go on and I do him thing. Mannings man. A lot of persons don't know, but I'm going to say it publicly now.
No, okay. I know, because, we are Coach Ludlow at the Harborview fraternity, afraid, but you share the story with them.
I am going to tell it publicly for all of those who don't know. After the first two games where he kept against Arnett, and he was doing well. And mind you, in that time, I'm just a recover from COVID. Because that's why I was not on the bench for the Mexico game.
Right, yeah. The
because
COVID,
persons thought that I dropped me. But I actually contracted COVID.
Yeah, man, it was. I think a lot of persons knew that you had COVID, right? Because in fact, many people thought you had COVID for the Suriname game and still kept.
So actually, probably. So
but talk about the half of your experience with the goalkeeper,
So he played the game and he did tremendously well the 2 legs against Arnett. Mind you, this are gonna be the semi-final. I remember the assistant coach looking at me and saying, "Get ready now, Amal. Your time again." I'm saying, "No, I'm not going on no goal." I said, "Let him keep. He's doing well, and the team had a momentum with him now. Let him keep. I'll support him. I'll be the bigger person. I'm the first one. If anybody was at all of the playoff games, if people there look on Harbour View match when he make a save, I'm the first person that
Yeah,
see
man,
at the
that is true.
sideline and jump up and I go on.
That is true.
And I remember we got through and it all came back down to me where I went on in the finals and as I go on, I have to save a point blank shot.
Yeah.
And bring the game to penalty. You know? And me get beat the whole entire year. From even some of my teammates, I said, when I come back, I in the goal and one bag of something, and me never fall, me never complain, me just work hard. Despite the negativity around me, I worked hard. I held on my head. All when I go through, I hold on my head. I win a JPL title.
Yeah.
Fast forward, getting at the little confrontation with my one post I'm put on social media, JFF, for whatever reason, don't like the comment, bam, block me. Haven't gotten a call up since for the last 2 games. Fine. Leave that alone. I have nothing to say. It's a new coach. If he has me in his plans,
yeah,
I'm grateful. If not, I continue.
But you know, the one thing I'll say, because we're going to talk about, because we're at 30 minutes, is that you have always, like that I would say is one of your first public, don't want to say outbursts, but comments kind of
that's my first public outburst where the JFF is concerned, because
right.
I don't normally, I have social media, but I don't mess with social media.
All right, exactly, and I know that. So did you at any, having seen their action, because I'm asking this because the pattern of your whole journey is that you have always taken the higher road. All right, having seen the outcry, have you ever felt like, okay, you know what, this is how I really feel, I understand why they would think the way they think and want to do that, so listen, if did you like reach out to them to say, if what I said offend you, I am sorry, but this is my frustration boiling up, and this is the first thing. I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
I went to a few persons, and I remember someone saying to me that, yeah, Amal, but you're somebody that not really talk, and you know that there will be consequences for your outbursts. I'm a laugh.
Yeah.
I'm a laugh. I'm say, oh, so because me I know XYZ, I'm call a few names and say, oh, because me I know some of them name there.
Because all I'm saying is that other persons have ventured down roads that I have found to be worse, but still they have had opportunities. I'm
just saying, you know what? I'm leave it at that.
Yeah.
Even recently, someone that I trust and is not a player tell me something, somebody say XYZ to me about me in the JFF.
Yeah.
And I say, me an international standard goalkeeper. I'm a laugh.
Yeah.
Omar, these are things that I don't talk about. And at first, I go talk it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you see, me as a youth, I hold my own. You see me?
Yeah, no, but listen, the truth is, Amal, I think we met at the Mexico game, with the whole, in the pandemic, and we went in to see them together. The truth is that, I'm going to say a couple of things. One, people need to understand that frustration will always lead some people to say things. After a while, even me will have outbursts. Now, oftentimes people use these things to make an example of who they can, and we must be wise, because listen, I will say to them that for every action there is an equal, what you call, reaction. I say that because I think, given what you have said, I don't agree with it, but I totally understand because you'd have experienced it on more than one occasion. So here is what. If I am the adult in the room, I'm going to have a conversation. And I'm saying that because there are other persons who have made utterances that conversations have been had with them. Not going to call names, right? There are other persons who have said worse and done worse than what you have done, who still play, who still get called up. Right? And it would be wrong if they would use this to blacklist from the national team on merit. Now, if they say to me, no man, this goalkeeper is better, fine, because the best player must play. But it cannot be because of the utterances or the thing on social media, because other players in the national setup have said likewise. And right, and like I said, they have been entertained in conversation, though they have not retracted what they have said. So inasmuch, even if it is wrong, because it has not been dealt with the same measure against them, I don't think it is in the best interest of the football for that to be the way. I know somebody is asking what has been said. Those things are deleted. I will not ask him, but if he wishes to I don't think it is healthy for him, for you, Horace, for the football base and where we're at to repeat all of that.
No, but what I said was I can repeat what I said because I don't think I said anything out of the way. All I said was every time you travel with the JFF, it seems to be a problem all over the world, stuck.
Yeah, that you see, every time I travel with the JFF, there seems to be a problem all over the world, stuck. There you go, Horace. So, but let's be God. I mean, a door has been open again, and you're on the move. I mean,
and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of my life. Like I've always been fighting. I've always been behind, and I've always come to the forefront. So, and I told myself that I said to God once, God, I don't want it to change my journey or my story, because this is my path and this is my story. I've always been behind the 8 ball, and I've overcome all the obstacles to get where I am. And if I don't speak, persons don't know, because as I said, I'm not someone that speaks too much. I'm really an introvert. So more time I just there by myself. I'm just do my thing. You get me? If I go out, you're not gonna see me. I can in a party, the whole heap of people there, and you're not gonna see me in a party. I can tell you that I'm there at the party. I'm not see other people, but them not see me. You get me? That's how me operate. That's how I profile, and God has blessed me with another opportunity whereby I've gotten another contract. I signed my contract like the back end of November or early December, and it's just for the club to announce me now.
Yeah.
And the beauty of this is I was the last goalkeeper to come out of Jamaica back in 2019, 2020. And see, if I was not so good as people say or whatever, see them, I go out and me outside of Jamaica again, man, without a trials. And I say this to say that, like, I've been through it, and I remember I said earlier in the interview where I told my agent that, big boss, now go back to Jamaica, rack up my stats, reset. Me know right now, if a man from Europe lose him contract and no team now want him, now come back to Jamaica, come play, because I must say, him bigger than Jamaica.
Hey, but it vexed you there though. Which game? Which game was it? Oh, jeez, which game? 2 games ago. What happened at the game? What you the referee did have? How about you and who play? Jeez. I mean, I say, Amal, come on. What was the what the referee did do? Oh, jeez. I think I was my team and play. I think Arnett Gardens game play some decision. What was it? Was that penalty?
No, it was Mount Pleasant where
Yeah, three I play by side. What
make
happened?
a save through. I made a blinding save through the
Yeah.
crowd. And me think the man outside, them saying outside, and me
Yeah.
a cut
It was the outside. Yeah.
and it's funny, you know, because me see I tend to, as me say, I not pay social media no mind.
Yeah.
But some way, somehow, somebody just they talk too much and them I say me forgot hold the ball and me forgot learn to keep and me not good and me not go left back Jamaica and how look how good Andre Blake be and him can't left US, so why you feel like you go left back Jamaica, you're not good, and them give it to me and me laugh man. And me know right now, you see if I was petty, I could have go back on social media and go look back for that smarty there and disrespect him and say, see it there, I used to me not good and see them, I get back a contract and I've gotten 2 contracts to come back out of Jamaica and no other goalkeeper has done it.
Yeah.
And this is not showing off or nothing. This is just stats and reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I was not so good, if I was not so good, then teams overseas would not be wanting Amal Knight every minute then.
Goalkeepers are that because again with the international spots,
goalkeepers don't move outside of Jamaica.
Yeah. So let me just say, because people are asking, so like he said, the club wants to make the announcement, right? So the most we can say is
per club policy.
Yeah.
I'll be playing in USL League One.
League One, yeah.
But I cannot disclose the name of the club until they announce me per club policy. So that's an agreement that we had signed on, and I have to just honor that.
Yeah. And TikTok is saying, be a big man. Let them know you were frustrated and now realize that international travel is difficult, and ask them not to hold it against you. You can be.
No, I've done that, and I've had discussion with persons, and they said that the door is always open back for me. So I leave it at that. If they don't want to call me back, then so be it. If they call me back, I'll gladly take it up.
Yeah.
So, that's basically it. I leave in the next couple of days or weeks to the US to start preseason, start my new journey. And I don't count as an international spot again. So that's the beauty of everything that's happening for me now.
People say them seeing all different kind of jersey. That was the team he used to play for before. So they said them see you trading in some jersey. But there was a question earlier that you said that you would come back to.
Read the agent. So
yeah. About either do the players find agent and the agents find the players.
So what I always tell persons is don't go out seeking an agent, because I don't think that it's best that the agent has an interest in you then, more than you going out to seek an agent. Once the agent has an interest in you, that means he has seen some potential in you and you're an asset to him, or you can be an asset to him, and he can find you an opportunity overseas and start working for you. Yeah. I've never reached out to agents, and before I had signed back with my agent, which is Nazir, because my contract had finished with him, and there were multiple agents in my inbox on Instagram. They got my number, and I pray to Father God, and I say, God, me and Nazir have a wonderful relationship, despite him not being my agent. Now him never stop work for me. And see there, it so happened that I even get my back a contract.
Yeah.
And it so happened that what I signed for, I'm really, really happy, because I told him this is what I want. I said, if I want X amount of money, get me that with the amount of years I want, and the rest is history. And see there, him negotiate, and I'm happy with what I get. I'm happy with what I go earn. I'm happy with the contract, and it is what it is. So that's just the beauty of life. So that's really my journey, and I can tell you this, Mannings, man. I'm gonna tell him this too. I say, once I have a big season, just start look out for me again. I say, start look for a MLS club or a European club for me.
Yeah, because somebody was asking that. Listen, people. So, all right. So, we have like 15 minutes to wrap up, right? So, Amal, I mean, great story, but there are so many persons on it asking so many questions. I've missed so many of them, right? And some of them are very good. So I'm going to let you respond to some of them as I see fitting, right? About how to advise players. But AQ is, AQ, I'm a constant spring baller from Wolmer's, AQ play basketball for Wolmer's, cricket for Wolmer's, and he won Manning Cup for Wolmer's. He was a part. He was around the team. Him always a circle around the team every year. Bam.
Go again.
Bam. Marlon Bennett.
Probably I'll have to see a face.
All the players, right? So this is AQ. He's saying all people are created equal, but some are more equal than others, brother. And that's just how life is. He's talking about your situation right there. This one says, do you advise more players to have an agent? So people, you can just, if I didn't answer your question earlier, you can just retype it, put it in the comment section so I can have Amal use the rest of his time to quickly answer some of your questions.
Man, how do I hop off and come back on, because this device is going to die?
The battery is going to die. All right, yeah man, just leave the studio, plug it in, and then you just click on the link again.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so let's do that. So he's going to charge up his phone battery and then come back on to the stream, and then we're going to take your questions as we're about to close out the interview. Very, very, very good story. The 3% virus, Bridget. People, remember it is Super Friday. So on Super Friday, we ask you as usual to hit the like button. If you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead, subscribe to the platform. Share the video as well so others can see this very good content from I Am Sure Sport. Big up those who came on late. You can rewatch it, right? Yeah, and also listen. It's Super Friday, so on Super Friday we ask our subscribers to hit us up with some super chats and some super stickers. We haven't seen one yet. We normally target 10 combined super sticker, super chat. So go ahead and do that as Amal gets his phone all charged up and ready to go. All right, so as you say, he's moving, and people may be asking why he's here, but listen, he just needs to go there and have a good season, because generally, as he said, goalkeepers don't move that often. So once you have the opportunity, once you have that opportunity, you have to make the most of it. So this is the first one. Do you advise more players to have an agent?
Yeah, definitely, because it's much more easier for you to get the opportunity to go out. It's kind of hard when you're actually looking for clubs on your own, because really and truly, no club is gonna be interested if they see a player coming to them on their own. Agents make the work a bit easier, so that's really good.
Okay, all right. Thanks to Tennessee for super sticker of the day. All right. This one says, Amal, apart from the JFF, what are the other impediments to us making future World Cups?
I think we just need to have a core going forward where we can gel as a unit, knowing that it's going to be an important year, because next year is the Gold Cup again, and then from there, preparation starts for the World Cup qualifiers again. So I think ultimately it's just to find a core that works best for the national team, assist him, and just give the coaches his time and trust the coaches' process.
Okay. All right. Rob Smith says it's always good to have the ballers on because some of us judge without knowing their stories, which is true. Then Wicked Man Chris says, we just want to know if him did get any more European offer in the time in the JPL, and will he ever want to take on the European side of the ball game?
So in the summer, there was talks of me going back to Europe, but it just never materialized. A big club in Finland that plays Champions League football.
What?
Yeah, they came knocking. Myself, my agent, and along with the sporting director for that club, we spoke, and it just never materialized for whatever reason, but such is life.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks as well, Ironman and Ryan LFC. Thanks for the super sticker. All right. Respect. Ryan LFC said, you deserve everything that's coming your way. You have worked hard. Amal Knight. Yeah, man. So big up. He says, Amal Knight, you deserve everything. Everything, man. All right. Rudolph Stennett says, all the best, General, on your journey. This is Naji, he's a coach with Veer. He says last season and also at Mount Pleasant with Dana Van Duke. He says, all the best on your journey. Anything that doesn't break you will only make you stronger. Yeah. I mean, who are some of the good goalkeeper coaches that you have had the privilege of working with who have kind of helped you? Like I said, man, this person have really helped me to make my game better as a goalkeeper.
When I was overseas, the goalkeeper coach that I had at Tucson, he did miracles for me. That goalkeeper coach did miracles for me when I was at Tucson. Yeah, he really helped me a lot.
That's where you did the whole, because you have really improved with the ball at your feet. I'm not going to say because Andre Blake is
he really helped me where the ball at my feet is concerned, like every single day. We worked with the ball. I had to do footworks in and out, and this is why sometimes when the ball is at my feet, I don't really panic.
You know what? Somebody said something earlier. They said that one thing Amal needs to work on is that when he's under pressure, he panics with the ball at his feet. I think in terms of the national... No, let me say this. You know that in terms of the national goalkeeper that we have had, you are the best one with the ball at your feet in probably the last few years. One of the best ones with the ball at your feet. And that's why I asked if you played any other position before you went into goalkeeping.
If you see if nobody from Harborview dep on this now, then we'll tell you what them call me in a training.
Yeah? All right.
No, man, a Declan them call me in a training, man. Declan Rice, man.
I don't know
just a string ball.
I don't know if I want to be called Declan Rice still, you understand me?
No, Declan is a tackler, but he also plays some decent ball,
But okay.
But,
they should call it De Bruyne.
Yeah, but like I'm not afraid of the ball at my feet, to be honest. Sometimes it's a bit risky, just like the other day. Just like the other day where I'm under pressure from a Cavaliers ball and I see my tear come and I just lift up my foot like I go kick it and I just move him out of my way. So,
you made two brilliant saves. I think was it Busy Atkinson who got one and you saved that one, and the guy named Bennett, I think also you saved two very good saves in that game. All right. Good, and Blake, no leave US is ignorant. Oh, all right. Let's leave that comment. Is Anthony Bennett still at Harborview? Does he think Bennett is going overseas with his talent soon? Those are two questions.
So Yes, he's still at Harborview. And I do think he has the potential to go overseas. He's pretty young. Once he keeps grounded and he does the important things, then he should be out of Jamaica pretty soon. It's not easy because as Manningsman said, it's really difficult for goalkeepers to actually leave Jamaica, and the stats have shown it.
Yeah.
So once another goalkeeper gets the opportunity to go overseas, we should just let them go, you know, whether it be money or not, like
Just for the experience. Yeah, I think
just for the
sometimes the club
experience,
and
because
probably put sell-on clauses on it.
yeah, because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's really difficult for goalkeepers to leave Jamaica, and
Yeah.
Jamaica produces really good goalkeepers, and we see goalkeepers in the JPL right now that are doing their thing, and it's just that they probably don't get the opportunities. Probably some of them just don't have an agent, you know. So,
Yeah.
and the national team has a lot to do with it. So I'm thankful that I got the opportunity to represent my national team the few times that I've represented the team. I've represented the team for 12 times, and I have 4 clean sheets for the national team. So
Awesome.
I'm grateful that, you know, I've had the opportunity to play with the national team, and teams outside of Jamaica were able to see me, and I've established myself enough that, see, I've gotten back another contract. So, as I said, I told my agent this, and I can tell you guys this: once I have a breakout season, I'm going to aim for the MLS or Europe.
Awesome. All right. All the best, Amal. Your story is an inspiration. Keep holding your head high and continue to trust God. And the rest is history. Thanks, Jason. Another super sticker. I know he does all his super stickers in green because he went to Calabar. I don't know. KS says, Amal, your story is very interesting, and you present yourself well for someone who deemed themselves to be an introvert. I suggest you do more of these media type programs.
I'll, to be honest, if I don't know if I want to venture that side, because I'm gonna speak the truth, and probably persons don't want to hear the truth, and I don't really want to get in on a problem, so I tend to just
stay away. Yeah, and then Bridget says, this is an ex-Calabar man. He says, Amal Knight would have done better on penalties than Loris in the World Cup. Who is the goalkeeper that inspires you the most, locally or internationally? Because this person, Rob, asked, what have you learned from Blakey? Seem like you guys have a good relationship, but who is your role model as a goalkeeper, you know, locally and internationally?
locally that's playing in the JPL now.
No, just past or present.
Oh, so it was Ricketts. I actually liked Garis when he was playing in the Premier League.
Gary's?
Yeah, that was at Portmore.
Don't remember.
Talia.
Oh yeah.
He was one that I looked up to. Rami, and it so happened that Rami is the goalkeeper coach. It so happened that he's the goalkeeper coach at Harborview now.
Oh, he's at Harborview?
Yeah, he's the goalkeeper coach at Harborview. So I had the privilege of getting a few sessions with him. So yeah, you know Andre Donovan. So
yeah.
The question before Andre, like, yeah, myself and Andre, we trained together in his off season, and I've learned a few stuff like positioning, because his positioning is excellent. Sometimes he makes that save that you're wondering how he makes that save, you know, and it's just based on his positioning and how quickly he gets into position and stuff. So I've learned a lot from him, and hopefully I'll continue to learn from him. Going to the States now, I know that I'll be ahead of where I am now, because I know when I went there, I could feel the difference within my game.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect to Jamaica or anything, but coming back here, I just felt that my game had dropped. And like, we have goalkeeper coaches. We have Warren Barrett. We have Andrew Sewell. Those are two goalkeeper coaches that have really improved my game. But there's so much they can do and no more, because they're not getting exposed and all of those stuff, meaning they're not going to any coaching courses overseas to see a different side of the game and all of those stuff. We don't have the required fields to do certain drills. We don't have the required equipment to do certain drills, you know? So all of those stuff come into play. Like, perfect example, quick story. I'm in the States training, goalkeeper coach brings out a glasses. I'm saying, okay, normal glasses. When I put on the glasses, I can't see nothing. The glasses has a reflective light in it, and the light is blinking, and the ball is coming at the same time. So, if he hits the ball, and the light blink that time, the ball literally can hit you in the face. So it's basically
that's building your reflexes.
It's a reflex drill and glasses. So, you know, you train with that glasses, and when you train with that glasses on, it helps your game, you know, because it's eye and hand coordination and all of those stuff, you know. So going back in the States now, I'm really happy. As I said, probably the next few days are so the club will announce everything, but I've signed my contract, as I said before, and everything is put in place.
Yeah. TikTok says you start the attack better than Blake too. TikTok is a fan of yours. And then Amal almost look like how their Onana look a play for Cameroon in the World Cup. I don't know about Onana. Onana love run up to half line and take on people and all of them think they try 5 players. Then Adrian Graham says, Amal, we are watching and we are proud of you. Can't wait to see you out there again. Hopefully I can come to another game again. Thanks, El Gran Hero, for the super sticker again. Appreciate it. This one says, what part of your game you can improve on? My opinion would be in the crossing. I suspect that is when the squares are coming into the box, because I realize that most of the goals we conceded in the World Cup campaign were from balls coming across either on the ground or in the air.
And to be honest, who's that? Fabi Frano.
Yeah, that is a former Wolmer's teacher.
Yeah. I would agree with him also.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably every goalkeeper's weakness or a part of the game that they would like to strengthen. This season I've been working on it really well. And I've come for a few in the season this far that I was really pleased with in crowd and stuff. So that's one part of my game that I really want to improve on a lot. And knowing that I'm going in the States where these guys are probably going to be big forwards and just rushing in, I have to ensure that I have that side of my game locked down. So that's really one area that I really want to improve on. And also, I think I can improve more on my footwork also, because there's always room for improvement. So every aspect of the game that requires work, I'm willing to work on it.
Yeah. And Brain Drain says, Rice was easier to pronounce and spell than De Bruyne. Continue to put in the hard work, AK. Maybe some of these people actually know you, you know. This is Nick.
Yeah, man. Some of them know me, man.
Yeah, so I know, right? So when they speak, you can tell that there are people who know you say, keep your head down, keep your head down, keep your head up. No. Stay dedicated, stay consistent, stay genuine. Great things are ahead, my G. All right. All right, brain drain. I hear you can still do it, brain drain. If Amal did come, Valpo, no question, bro, you would be drafted. Like this is Adrian Graham. What is Valpo?
So that's what I was telling you earlier, that that's where Nico Campbell went to school when they
Oh,
wanted me and it never
oh,
happened.
oh, 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 yeah, 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 yeah.
And
All right.
that was one of the things why I always, that was one of the things that lingers in my head, that probably if I had gone to the States, I would have been drafted years ago.
Okay, 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 okay. All right. Let me see. Manning's man. The 30 person over here that hasn't hit the like button. Do the right thing. Oh, it doesn't cost. All right, all right, all right. Big up Dre. Anyways, Dre. Anyways, you know what Dre, right? Dre is a hub of you.
Yeah, man, Dre have some stuff to send. Come give me when we reach a foreign. So I only hope him have them.
You hear that, Dre? So you can't hide again, you know. You then, oh, but you're going. Well, I don't know where you're going to be yet, but Dre, I know where Dre is at. Yeah, that's what Dre. I coming to play over. I tell you over what, you know, but I coming to play a league. In January, you know, down in Orlando. You understand me? You know, the Masters thing go already, so I'm gonna make sure that we link up this time around. Amal would do well with Stanley Menzo, former keeper for Ajax and current coach for Suriname. Um, I've worked with Menzo as a coach, and he's a brilliant goalkeeper coach. Jamaica needs more goalkeeper training, but I understand that the national team, the coach that is actually coming, he's one of those UEFA goalkeeper coaching coaches.
I heard that the current goalkeeper coach is really good.
Yeah, yeah,
The new goalkeeper coach, I heard that
yeah, yeah.
he's good. So
But yeah,
I've yet to experience that. So let's see what will happen.
yeah. Proud of AK-13. Looking forward to this is Doha World. Again, some of the persons know you, right? I'm also yeah.
Yeah, everybody call me AK-13. Even people not know me call me AK.
Yeah. All right. This is Devon Porter had said earlier that he was trying to get you into the Canadian Premier League. Yeah. This guy is a clown, you know. What is wrong with it? Amari was right. Nico mash up people life. I think yeah, but Amal, listen, we're going to close. I just want you to know that we'll be having a next interview coming up with a next player who is on the move as well. We'll give you more details on that. But Amal, I think it has been a very, very good time speaking with you. I want to give you the last few minutes to, thank, the people listening, watching, your family, your agent, whomever, and just encourage young players as well, as we take this time to close out the show.
So thanks for everyone who's watching. I know that you heard the story and it's inspirational to some of you guys. I'll just continue doing my best and making everyone proud as I go along and continue this journey. As I've always said, I've always had some aims and objectives that I've put in place whenever it comes to my life and football in general. So I tend to target something in this USL League One season. Hopefully God keeps me fit and healthy, and the rest is history, because I've set out some goals, and I know that once I'm fit, I'll make the best of my opportunity. And at the end of the day, like, things will happen in our lives, and if we just have to press that reset button and start all over again, then we just have to do that, because I had to do that, and once more I'm outside of Jamaica. I've gotten an opportunity to showcase my talent again. So thanks for everyone for watching and tuning in, and big up on yourself. I appreciate it.
Yeah, which team is your Premier League team? Which Premier League team you support?
Manchester United.
Oh, man, I don't know why you support that team because there's no goalkeepers here that you'd want to be like. I'm very sure, so I don't know why.
No, you can't say that. The goalkeeper there has done really well. So
And he can't make the Spain side to the World Cup.
that's why Spain are going away.
Oh, somebody's asking, Family Friend is asking, Liverpool versus Leicester prediction. I don't even care. I support Arsenal. And I'm at the top of the league, so I don't care what happens there. But want to say a big thank you to Nazir and to you, Amal, for taking the time to come on. I mean, we wish you all the best. Again, I think someone said it earlier. It's always very important that we hear, and every time the stories are shared from the footballers, there is a perspective that is different. I think sometimes, especially with social media, we listen, we hear things without getting to know people and understanding people. And sometimes you see the glory, but you don't see the pain. And we measure people based on the glory we see them in. And we oftentimes tear them down because we don't think they deserve it, but we don't see the struggles, we don't see the pain. And if there's anything you can take away from this, it doesn't matter how many times you have not made it, brush yourself off and try again. Because if you keep on believing, you keep on working hard, you keep on fighting, you keep on believing in yourself, even when others don't, doors will be opened. And when the doors are opened, you must walk through. And listen, one of the things that Amal said, I made sure that I put this in my clause. And that means he took responsibility for his own life. Too many of us, we live in a bubble and we allow people to determine our fate, not FAITH, but FATE. When we are smart enough to make decisions that protect our future. And sometimes you have to do that, right? And so I hope you took the lessons, take the transferable principles, apply them to your own personal life and your own life decision, right? And yeah, and all the best, Amal. We will be following you once that announcement is made, so we can keep up with you. I hope that whatever happened in the past with the football at the JFF level, I know the coach has gone beyond the JFF, and he's saying, listen, every person deserves an opportunity. And I know that the door will be open for you as you continue to grow and excel in your game. So all the best to you, all the best to your family. Listen, anytime you need to talk, you understand me, you can always reach out to me. Anything you want to share. If there are clips that you want, you understand me? Because we don't want when something go wrong, we don't want to see the bad saves. We want to see the excellent performances and the awards. So people can have all the good stories of your career and follow your pathways. So thank you again so much. Really appreciate you taking the time, making yourself available to do this, and all the best in the next chapter of your life.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. Thanks.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. All right, so there you go, people. That's Amal Knight. AK13 they call him, and the A is for Amal, the K is for Knight. All right. So thanks to everyone for being a part of the show. Thanks to all of you who gave a super sticker, a super chat. Thanks to everyone who liked the video, for all the persons who subscribe, for all the persons who share the video, right? For those who just watch, we appreciate you as well. Listen, we have more great interviews, just stories that inspires. And I want to challenge the fan base of the football, right? Hear both sides of the story. Take some time out to listen to some of the players. Now, you may not agree with some of them, you may not like their playing style, but listen to them. There is a story, beneath what we see, right? We have a next interview coming up. All right, I can't give you the name yet, but it will be sooner than you think. All right, but we have a show coming up later this evening. We're going to look at the EPL games today, preview those for tomorrow, and look at the JPL fixture. Thank you so much for being a part of I Am Sure Sports. Rob Simmons, I'm not giving any names, but you know that Zeminis has signed. I did tell people earlier that by January, at least 10 to 12 local players will be moving from Jamaica overseas to Europe and to North America. All right. And that is good because this gives them an opportunity to grow and further enhance their career. All right. And these are just stepping stones. These are not the final destinations. They're just, they're just one next place before they get there. I will be impressed if the interview is Pele. You're talking Kevin Pele Wilson, we could arrange that brethren. But thank you again, people. You know that when it gets to this point, we say, this has been I Am Sure Sports. I am Manningsman, and we are over, and we are O-U-T out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, you cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from we young, from we day, you need height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.